Welcome. We are back. Green Day currently. Let's talk about what's going on for a little bit. Just like how I do in my normal streams, I'll go through a bunch of charts and then we'll look at intraday charts. We will listen into spaces and we'll just relax. Nothing too crazy. Maybe we're back in the bull market right now. We did break out. We're now seeing fall through price action. This is the furthest out of that wedge on the daily the SPY has been pretty much ever. So yeah, 30-second delay is on, by the way, just letting you know. I actually alerted some calls in premium, like right over. All right, got the sneeze out. I think I alerted calls in premium like right there, and they pretty much doubled. There were 0 DTEs. Even in like 5 minutes, they went up like 50%. You can see it over here. It was 11:12. I alerted 402 calls, and in 5 minutes, they went from like 65 cents to 95 cents. I think now they've more than doubled actually, in pretty much about an hour. So. Nice move. What I was watching on that was this little wedge. I actually had it drawn out like this originally. And this was like that initial move, and then this is like the bigger one. But then I redrew it and I started showing this larger wedge in the premium chat. And also you see how it double bottomed over here. This is a very key level because it was a double top actually last week right over there. So previous resistance has flipped into support. You're now getting a rally off that. I talked about this in chat. And on Twitter, yes, I know Zeke's been talking about it as well. But cup and handle inception, it's like a cup and handle inside a cup and handle inside a cup and handle. So it's like, if we're over here on the 5 minute, right? This is like your first cup and handle. Okay. Then this cup is actually the handle if we go over to the 15-minute chart of this cup and handle. Now this cup over here is actually the handle if we go over to the 1 hour of this cup and handle. Now, this cup on the 1 hour is actually the handle if we go over here to the 4 hour and then down to the daily. It's like this whole thing. So it's like cup and handle inception right now on this market breakout. And the market breakout I'm talking about is this descending and broadening wedge. And I love to pat myself on the back right now. I've said so many times in the past 2 weeks, I think it's time for the breakout. So many people were like, yeah, we're just staying in this downtrend. We're going to reject this trend line again. We're going to keep going lower. And I was like, come on now. You have hidden bullish divergence, a potential inverse head and shoulders, multiple partial in this wedge. You make 50% retrace on the week. The SPY, the variable lined up, and now you are the price action going through. So I don't know if it starts to a new bull market. I'm just being a little bit hopeful with that title. It's just for fun. That's why I put a question mark in the stream title. But for right now, you actually have broken out of this descending broadening wedge, which you were not able to do on all of the previous tests. You also, for the first time since I believe last March, you see this yellow line over here. You're using the 200-day moving average as support for the first time since last March. So whether or not we're re-entering a bull market or not, this is certainly something we have not seen throughout the entirety of this bear market. That is for sure. Moving over to the Qs, also broke out of this trend line. The Qs are currently testing the 200-day moving average, which it has not been above in over a year. So it pretty much tested that at the high of day today. If we go down to lower time frames on the Qs, that trend line I charted on the last stream beautifully broke out, back tested, and then went higher. Break, hook, and goes. And I was talking about that as well. When we were pulling back, everybody was freaking out because we started pulling back pretty much right around over here, like around that breakout point. And everybody was like, all right, the new top is in. We're going to do the same thing. And I was like, no, I think that as long as you can just back test make a higher low, then that was actually a very healthy pullback, and that is a move we are seeing right now. So that pullback did not scare me at all. And now you're going higher after flipping resistance into support. So that next resistance zone for the Qs is up around 293, 294. It's a pretty big zone. You're not too far away from it. But you have like this massive double bottom. Like if we just take all this off the chart, you've got like this massive double bottom pattern on the Qs as well, heading up into that zone I was just talking about over there. Sorry for putting crayons on my chart, but it was just easier to do it that way. But yeah, that's the Qs. The Russell 2000 is still testing the huge 188 level. You can see that was support back over here last January, a year ago, and just a year later we're at the same price using it as resistance. But I think this level could crack. I think we could crack above it because you now broke out of the trend line, and then you also back tested the 200-day moving average, flipped into support. I'm saying it again, we have not seen this price action in the last year. There is something very different about this. The ARK ETF as well, that inverse head and shoulders I was talking about on the 1 hour, you're still testing the neckline of. So this is yet to break out, but keep an eye if it can really hold above 38, that would be great. The VIX continuing to test 19. So we're like just there. 19 has been the support for the VIX throughout the whole bear market. It's kind of been like that final level in which we've not been able to break under. So you've continued to test that. You actually had a bearish pennant. You broke down, you back tested the pennant, and now you're selling off again. So as long as that classic bullish divergence doesn't help it out too much, you could see a flush under that level, which in turn could raise the market higher. So variables are setting up. I'm still keeping an eye on energy. You've got this pretty good looking cup and handle on the XLE. Let's move over to crypto really quickly and other markets. Bitcoin just consolidating here. It's kind of what Bitcoin likes to do a lot of the times, especially on moves up, is you have like a parabolic move and then you like a 5-day consolidation range, big move, 5-day consolidation range, and then you just got to see which way the range breaks. But nonetheless, the Bitcoin swing is doing pretty nice. It's up about 33% since I alerted it a couple weeks ago for free in the Discord. The link's in the description. The Ethereum swing still showing some resistance around 1670, but still hanging around that first target. And then for other markets, the US 10-year still in this wedge. This is the one thing that does concern me a little bit. Both the US 10-year and the dollar currency index are in wedges. You also have classic bullish divergence on the daily for the US 10-year. And on the dollar currency index, you kind of have the same thing, classic bullish divergence on the MACD with the wedge at support. So those other markets are also kind of looking bullish. So it's a little bit different. You know, everything's kind of showing bullish variables right now on the daily. They're probably not all going to go up, so we will see. Metals, gold, working on a potential bearish engulfing candle, but it's already on a very nice run. And then silver is just in a consolidation range. And then finally, the Hang Seng Index, beautiful. There was a rising wedge with classic bearish divergence, and for right now, it's invalidating both of those, gapping up into this resistance zone. So if it breaks above this, I mean, there could even be more to go. This is a huge zone. If it breaks above this, then, I mean, the next level I've got is like, let's see how much percent higher. Another 10% higher. So really strong move over there for Chinese stocks. And that's pretty much what's going on with the overall markets. I think Microsoft reported earlier this week, and just testing this inflections 250-ish, longer in this down-sloping channel. Tesla reported yesterday. It's up 8%. It was up more earlier. And really a very, very nice move for Tesla since we talked about that down-sloping channel breakout. So it's actually attempting to flip this resistance from October of 2020 into a support. That's pretty much your low of the day today. And as you can see, I already have levels charted out for Tesla as well. All right, let's look at the swings really quickly. Meta getting close to the second target. Currently, the Meta swing is up 18% since the alert in the beginning of the month. Pretty much it's gone straight up since I alerted it. Very nice. And again, just it's a very simple channel breakout. I mean, there was more to it. There was also breaking back above this major low, but very simple so far. Fisker is one of the only swings that's down right now. It's down about 14%. It's still holding on to this support though around 650. So as long as they can continue to do that, fine. It's really just in a range between $6.50 and $8. We'll just see which way it breaks. Google hanging around the first target still, currently up about 10%. It did reject that resistance level, so continue to keep an eye on that. I have seen like some TikToks out of all things talking about my mic is like blasting right now. Wow, that should be better. I did see some TikToks talking about Google working on like 10 different AI products they want to release this year after seeing the success of ChatGPT. They've obviously been working on AI for a while now, but of course now they're seeing the popularity of it, probably tempting them to put out some stuff earlier. Amazon, not too far away from the second target. It's trying to hold above this resistance level, which was a high from December 13th. Second target's basically at $100. That swing is up 16%. AMD, also not too far from the first target, up about 10%. At worst, this will be a break-even swing because it was already up 10%. So as you can see, the swings are doing their thing. Like, it's pretty nice. Even the most recent one, I think I learned this last week, Roblox, is up 5%, showing a little bit of resistance at the 200-day moving average and this downsloping channel supply line. Just testing that for right now. And then finally, X actually had a really good morning. Wow, this was up 7% since the entry in the morning, but it pulled back. It's up about 4% right now. But what X did successfully do was flip this little resistance into support over the past week. So as long as that like $27-ish level holds, pretty decent. All right, so those are the swings. Let me just look through a couple of other names. Apple broke out of this falling wedge on the daily. On the 1 hour, very similar to the SPY, you've got that potential cup and handle forming. Netflix broke up from this ascending broadening wedge. Not an easy thing to do. It's pretty hard to break up from a pattern in which your line is like going like this. It's going upwards. So very strong move there. It also broke above this 333 level, which was the double bottom before a massive gap down on earnings. Clove continuing to just test this 121 level. It's rolling over a little bit right now, some hidden bearish divergence on the daily. So I think what's really critical right now is holding like 116, this little right shoulder support. So as long as it can do that, the potential inverse head and shoulders is still possible. GameStop trying to reclaim this 1954 support level after bouncing at the PCZ of a bullish shark. And then AMC, there's not much to it right now. On lower time frames, it looks a little bit worse because it has like this kind of cup and handle, which you didn't really get a move up over here to the neckline. And then if we remove all of this, there is a little bit of a descending triangle on the 1 hour for AMC, which is a bearish pattern. So it's testing a breakdown right now, but we'll see. So that's just like a little quick update on everything going on. Let's head back over to the SPY and low time frames. It was testing a resistance, and there you can see a little rejection at that resistance. I had that charted out like a while ago. But if you see over here, if we go to option updates, when I first sent out the calls this morning, right over here, you see this resistance level above the VWAP? I had that charted out when it was down over here by this blue zone. And you can see it went up from this blue zone to that resistance level right over here. So pretty much went from right from support to this next resistance. And it put in a shooting star candle there on the 5 minute. So now it's pulling back a little bit. But nonetheless, a pretty strong move intraday. Qs, I'm actually going to chart it like this, just broke out of a little bull flag. So you just got a little 5 minute bull flag breakout for the Qs. Also is back above this level. It was resistance last week. It's being used as support kind of right now. And you're trying to hold above the VWAP as well intraday for the Qs. Same thing happened on the SPY, flipped at last week's resistance into a support this morning, which is pretty impressive, honestly. So that's what's going on with the indices. What's up, Lindsay Len, Zeke, AK, William, co-creator in the chat, and your blind spot. And yeah, so there's your updates. See if there's anything happening intraday. We've got Tesla. This is actually happening right now. It's testing a breakout of this little triangle. You've also got hidden bullish divergence. Meta's just been running today. Google, I mean, this is like a little potential inverse head and shoulders forming here. Amazon, not much to talk about on that intraday. Apple, a lot of flag patterns starting to develop right now. Pretty large flags too. Alright, let's stick to SPY now. Working on a bullish engulfing candle on the 5-minute for SPY. Looks like I think Keanu tweeted out this triangle too, so a lot of people are watching that Tesla triangle right now. Let's go back to it really quick. You're also getting a little bit of increased volume on this breakout candle, so we've got a little 5-minute triangle breakout taking place on Tesla right now after earnings came out. Pretty strong morning, then pulling back since the open. There's not much until VWAP right over here. That is level 2 that lines up perfectly, 157.4. It's about 1% away. Candle closed. But this cup and handle inception on SPY is actually crazy. Getting a little bit of fall through right now after the breakout on Tesla. I think I also drew out a flag on Apple. Still within it. And then Meta. Meta's like in autopilot mode right now, wow. That little inverse head and shoulders on Google. Those are some levels. There's Google on the 5-minute. There you go, Tesla. We were just looking at this one. Pretty nice breakout move taking place right now. Yeah, it's very simple. You got a 5-minute bullish engulfing candle on the last one. There you go. Getting pretty close to that level I charted out. Imagine it hits it on one candle. Like literally we were just breaking out on the last candle and I charted the next level and you're like 70% of the way there on the next candle. Wow. This is about a 0.5% 5-minute candle for Tesla. On options, that would be pretty nice, even though I'm sure the IV is a little bit crazy with earnings. Five-minute bullish engulfing kind of pulling out right now. I'm going to delete this wedge now because it's already played out. Same thing with that. You know, it's pretty scuffed. Microsoft actually looks very similar right now on the 5-minute. Or no, it was Google. They had like that little potential inverse head and shoulders. It's a little bit scuffed though. SPY looks very similar to that. I'm not going to chart it out, but it does. Just trying to clear up my chart for right now. Need to remove a couple levels here, it's kind of crowded. All right, Tesla's still around the same price. I just had coffee and I want more coffee now. Views are very, very quietly consolidating above the VWAP right now. Very, very quietly. For anybody who just joined the stream, like the first 10 minutes, I went through a whole entire breakdown of larger time frames on the market. I gave updates on the swings. I looked at crypto. I looked at other markets. I looked at the daily on the SPY. If you want those longer term updates, just scroll back 10 minutes. And I ran through all of them within 10 minutes. It was a very quick just rundown of everything. But now since the market's open, I'm just going to be looking at intraday. And there you go, seeing some more upside on SPY. Tesla also going higher, getting pretty close to that level. Congrats if you caught that. I wasn't saying to do or not to do anything. I never do that. You always make your own choices. I'm just showing you charts. Also, if you didn't hit the like button, let's get those likes up a little bit right now. I know it's a daytime stream. You might be at work trying to hide your phone under your desk or something, but you can really quickly just go to the bathroom or something and hit that like button. I would appreciate it. And there you go, Tesla. Look how easy it can be sometimes. We just tried this out. Boom. The volume's also growing a little bit. Hidden bullish diversion still moving. And you're pretty much approaching that level. Very simple level. The reason I charted this level was the VWAP, and then also you can see some candle highs over here and over here. Literally almost on the next candle you got to that level, you're 30 cents shy of it. So pretty solid move. You could also look at fibs. And look at that, it lines up with the 382 retrace as well. So a lot of stuff is lined up over there. Then if that breaks, I think 158.56, you got a couple candle highs at that level. And we'll just keep an eye on that. I mean, if we chart SPY like this, right? And it's another little breakout being tested. It's one after the other. Those calls from premium I alerted at 11. I'm sure they're up very nicely right now. And see, I was watching this little wedge the first time it was testing this blue zone. So it was right over here. And you can see what's happened since then. These are, by the way, the last 11 alerts in premium. Past results are not always indicative of the future. But it was pretty ironic because before this, there was a 2 or 3 losses in a row. And that was going into the end of the week, the first trading week of the year. And then it was a Saturday night, and I'm nah, comeback mode time. And since then, 10 wins and only 1 loss. All right. Put the music down a little bit. And let's listen into Jordan's Spaces.
Microsoft and SPY.
Time to get jiggy, huh?
Yeah.
Keep Tesla on watch. Yeah, I got names for everything, guys. So Tesla is Tesla. I should come up here with a fucking vocabulary book for the shit I've made up for trading. Getting jiggy means we getting long. Getting spicy means we getting short.
Oh, I like that.
You should hear my Discord audio. We be was long trailer today was spicy. It's funny shit, man.
AK is talking about some bearish divergence forming on the market. Zeke's being cautious, but bias is up right now. Bias pushing a little bit higher. It's testing this resistance level now.
So the other one taking full advantage of that news on Apple with chips is AVGO. It's up just about $12 here in 12-13 minutes. Very interesting.
Alright, let me know how the audio is, because you're listening to my mic, you're listening to music, and you're listening to spaces. So if you want me to turn up or down one of those, let me know. They're not talking in spaces right now, so you have to see. But I can't really hear back the replay right now.
Another name moving's AVGO. AVGO.
Yeah.
Off my high day R-Val scan.
Yeah,
There you
it
go.
got a news. Well, Apple is not anymore for its phone.
But look at this damn thing. I mean, bam, at 12:27, they're like, fuck it, let's buy. I'm not trading that, but I've already missed that. But it's still kind of cool to go look at. Peep AVG on the 305 minute chart. Perfect wedge. All of a sudden, news came out. I'm assuming a ton of volume just poured into that. But without a scanner, nobody would have caught that. Did they ever give an explanation why yesterday all these stocks were halted? Like big name stocks? Like
No, there's just like glitch.
Ultimate excuse.
Alright, there you go. Tesla's testing that level now.
They said it was a manual glitch, but didn't really go as far to explain it.
Trying to break above VWAP. Audio's good? Okay, good. Yeah, I tweaked it a little bit.
More
So
like,
it's
yo,
like-
get me out of my position real quick.
Like my voice should be the loudest, and then the space's voice a little bit lower, and the music a little bit lower. What a nice move for Tesla.
Okay, high day break. Volume coming in. Ticker SLB. I think that trades at an XLE.
He's floating a little bit away from the VWAP right now. Oh my gosh.
Some of these energy names was trying to move. It's URI. Is URI in the same sector? No. United Rentals.
Seek.
He's
Seek.
desperate. I'm desperately looking for a move. I'm on my scanners, typing in tickers I see hitting high day with a ton of volume. Really slow out here, man.
All right, we gotta. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let me turn off spaces for a second. I need to think right now. I need to think. All right, let me see. Let me just see something. Okay. So I'm supposed to be in class right now. And Zeke just randomly says that in the chat. All right. Maybe I could join it through my phone. I don't know if I want to be streaming while I'm just sitting here. It's gonna be boring, I feel like. Maybe I'll just go live after. I don't know. Here, let me do a poll. All of you can vote. Start a poll. Class. End stream and start after, or join class on phone but not be able to like stream as like talk as much and stuff. What do you guys think? I just put the poll in the chat. That's actually crazy. Wow, I'm disappointed in myself right now. That's that's so funny that Zeke just drops in the chat and my reaction is like that. It's an online class though, but I actually have to kind of pay attention to it. So go drop your vote in the chat. What should I do? I'm gonna let all of you choose. I'll do whatever all of you say. That is pretty funny though. I want to get like 6 or 7 votes at least. I want to know. Just tell me to go to class? Really? Tesla testing that level a little bit right now. Still being tested. What class is it? It's financial management. It's probably the class I should really be in right now out of all my classes. And I definitely cannot stream the class. Like, yeah, I don't think that's legal. So I can't listen to it on my laptop right now. Can we still hear spaces? I can't. It's my full audio that's being recorded. So if I play anything on my laptop, you guys will be hearing it. I can't just like turn on the spaces audio and then turn off the class audio. I can't do that, unfortunately. It's because of Mac. They don't have, like, if I was on Windows, I could. You can do it by each different app. You can put the audio on or off, but on Mac I have to use, let's see if I can show to all of you this thing over here. It's called like EQ Mac. Even get my audio recorded in the first place. It's like a third-party application you download. And it's only like one stream. It's just like my whole entire Mac, basically. I mean, it ends at like what, like in an hour? What time does it end? It ends in like an hour. So, all right, you guys voted to end. So I'll stream. I'll stream later. I'm gonna go join that class, learn a little bit about financial management, and then I'll be live again. All right. So I mean, at least I gave like a nice little update stream in the beginning. It wasn't just like messing around for like half an hour. There was a good solid like 15 minutes of me just talking about what's going on with the market. So if you didn't watch that, go watch that. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when I go live again.